Hi guys, Chris. Welcome to VHP. So, if you happen to be watching these videos back to back and you notice that I got cut off short in the last video, or the whichever one it was, if you were watching this one and you seen that I got cut off in the cam talk, it's just I had somebody calling me to confirm an interview for tomorrow. Anyway, on that front, I do have a job that I already am considering to take it, and I've already drug tested for it. I'm waiting for a call back to start. But at this time, you know, I'm not gonna hedge my bets from one thing. If I have multiple interviews, multiple offers, I'm gonna do them all. Anyway, so fuck. Oh wow, I fucked up on this one. I wanted to. Oh no, here, I can do it real quick. Yeah. This one's fucked up, but anyway, it'll still serve as a point of notice. So we're talking about cam regrinding, right? This is something that has been mentioned on the channel sparingly over the years, and I've kind of ignored, just like I've ignored cam talk in general. And I just never looked into it at all. I mean, I think I looked into it for the first time. For those of you guys that follow me on Instagram, been following for a while, the day that I posted those pistons, the screenshot from those pistons from Steve's Machine Shop, from Russell's post, that was the day that I finally said, okay, let me start looking into this cam regrind bullshit. And I like what I found. I like what I found a lot, because like I said, I don't like the throwaway parts. I like to always use things, and I love mixing matching OEM for more power and all that stuff. And it seems like that the cam regrind is a very good solution for a stage one increase without paying a fuck ton of money. Now, I talked about prices for that one. Now, I haven't been able to talk to. I called my local machine shop. They don't do cam regrinds. Now, there's two other guys I'm looking at that I'm going to talk to later. One I've already sent a message to. The other I need to call. But I've already got an idea of how much the other one of the charges. So, for those guys that you've recommended it before, I've talked about it, was Delta, and I think they're out of Washington State. And then the other guys, of course, Russ, you know, at Steve's Machine Shop in California, in Fontana, right? So I asked him. The idea is how much it costs, right? So you got to consider the fact that now, when I saw Delta, somebody quoting Delta, they said it was $134 for a cam regrind for B18. Now, I don't know if that was per cam, but even if it was per cam, it still beats out by like $100 the nearest competitor for a stage one drop-in. So if they can match the you know, that kind of profile, then it's worthwhile. But you do have to still consider shipping, because you got to ship your fucking cams to them and pay to ship them back. So that might wind up balancing out the cost if you were going to do a stage one drop-in. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. As soon as I find out, I will come back to you guys with an update. Now, so just a quick explanation of what cam grinding is and what it does. It's pretty simple and straightforward, right? Right, you got your cam lobes, right? So this is where your lift is, and this is where your gap is, where the rocker, like when you're actually not engaging the valve. Now, this is the side that you make your valve adjustment on, right? This is where, when you're looking for valve clearances, this is the gap between the rocker arm and the bottom of this pad. So when you're grinding the cam, see, and I was a simple-minded fuck the first couple times that somebody, I'm sorry, I just got another text for another interview. Oh shit. So, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I fucking killed it. I killed the videos, right? So when you're checking your clearances, you're checking here at the bottom, right? So, now, when my dumb ass, the first time somebody mentioned camera grind, I'm like, why would you want to grind your cams down? You're taking away your life and you're taking away your lift, right? Because I'm stupid. I'm thinking, no, you grind the whole damn camshaft down, the whole lobe, then you're taking away power, not adding. But going and doing the quick research that it takes 5 minutes to do, and this just goes to prove to some of you guys that think I'm a genius. I'm not a genius. I do know what I'm talking about. But that's why that I cover certain topics. I don't talk about things if I don't know about it yet. So it takes me learning about that first before I start to talk about it. Now, this is why it took so long to talk about cam grinding. Well, I did, like I said, I did my research a long ass time ago. I just didn't take the time to talk about it yet. And it's only now that I'm starting to consider doing it recently that I was like, okay, let me talk about it. So anyway, when you're doing the cam grinding, and I'm sorry this is taking so long, you're grinding this right here. You're grinding this pad. And how this increases your power, right? So this is where you make your adjustment, right, for the valves. When you're making your clearances here. So if you're grinding this down, what happens? You need to make the adjustment tighter. So if you're making the rocker arm tighter, and from this being smaller, but your lift side is the same, then what happens is that because it's tighter, now when the lift side pushes down, you have that much more space to push it into, right? So now I don't think you can. The disadvantage for the cam grind seems that you only have so much meat that you can remove, right? So you can't go balls out. Like, so a stage 3 cam, I don't think is something that's doable. But stage 1, very doable and probably a little bit more affordable, especially if you have a machine shop in the area that's willing to do this. And then I guess the next thing would be, like, of course, stage 2. I think it probably is realistic to think that you could do a stage 2, because I think when you're talking about lift duration and stuff, you're talking about a game of millimeters. Well, this B18 cam doesn't look, or this is the EP3 cam, sorry. This is B18 cam, it's K20 cam. Doesn't look like it has a lot of meat that you can remove. But I don't know. I don't know if personally, I don't know if the K series is something I would want to do this on. I think this is something I would look at for doing for the B series, D series, the older engines. Why? Because when you start fucking with cams in the K series, you tend to run into problems with tensioners and shit like that. So I don't think, I'm not sure if I would want to justify that. Plus, I think that you see stock cams making fuck tons of power all the time anyway. And if I was gonna spend the time and the effort on cams, I don't think that a stage 1 would be something I'd want to waste my money on. You're gonna make good power anyway, stock. So I think that I'd probably just do an OEM drop-in replacement like the TSX cams, or they have pretty high fucking lift duration, and then either that or like a stage 2 cam from somebody aftermarket. But anyway, I guess that kind of gets off topic there. I just want to talk about cam regrinds in general, what it works, how it works, what exactly it is, and cost expectations. I would imagine that Russell will get back to me in the next 24 hours or so. If not, I guess I'll just hound him a little bit, and I'm going to call Delta sometime in the near future to get a quote from them. Yeah, and if it's something that's affordable, then it's something that I would definitely look into doing. Oh, I guess one more thing I could talk about that I didn't really touch on in the cam video in general is cam gears, adjustable cam gears. But I guess that also could be a short video of its own. But just to throw it in here with the cam regrind, the cam regrind is like similar to the stage 1, can be like a drop-in replacement. Like, you don't necessarily have to go with adjustable cam gears, but if you want to get the most out of it, you will do that. Get adjustable cam gears, because you want to get the cam on center line, so that way it actually has the most duration and lift, instead of just putting it on what the stock timing marks are. Alright, so that's it, and thanks for watching. Peace.